So this is my first photo book, Sanctuary, that I released back in 2022. It is a collection of about 32 photos that I took in 2019 that I thought would be my last summer at home. This project is still very near and dear to me, and for the time, I felt it was very ambitious in a lot of ways. And I thought in this video I would give you guys the chance to check it out because a lot of you probably weren't even around during the time that I released this. So I'm gonna flip through the entire book, show off some of the pages, some of my favorite spreads, and we can talk about this a bit more in depth. So I want to talk real quick about this dedication page. Here it says, "A special thank you to Brian Minig from Ken's Camera and 1 Hour Photo, both for selling me this rusty little camera and for the small amount of cash in my wallet because I, quote, seemed excited about it, and for answering the multitude of questions I had for him, like how do I load film, and how do I unload the film, and plenty other questions I could have just solved with Google. Had he not shown me such patience and kindness, I wouldn't have been able to create this book and a core piece of me would have gone undiscovered." I would not have made this book had I not gotten a very cheap and rusty Seraflex TLR camera. I think I bought it for $21. It was literally all the cash that I had in my wallet. He was just like, yeah man, sure, go for it. I was a young kid and he just wanted me to experience film for the first time. Funny how everything kind of butterfly effects. Ken's Camera went out of business about a year or two ago, which makes me very sad still, but I'm very thankful for the time that I was able to spend up at the Mount Vernon location. Just really means a lot to me. So shout out to Ken's Camera, rest in peace. And then we move forward to the preface page. So the preface reads that this is a collection of images I shot over the course of a summer in 2019. Being the summer after my first year of college, I was sure that it would be the last I would spend at home with my family. It was a bittersweet feeling, being that I had a general distaste for my hometown, yet I was also keenly aware that this, for all intents and purposes, marked the end of my childhood. That summer, like the two prior, I worked at a small burger joint in order to save money for college. That small amount that I would allow myself to spend, I would put towards my newfound hobby of film photography. On my days off, I would wander the streets of my hometown, scouring for things around me that I could appreciate. On the days that I did work, I would still find myself clocking out, ditching my car in the parking lot, and wandering the adjacent streets with my camera. While the film was relatively cheap back then, I still didn't have the money to be blowing through roll after roll. Though these images span over the course of about 3 months, in total I only took approximately 60 photographs. At the risk of coming off as trite, I would just like to say that I hope these pictures make you feel at home. If you're anything like me, visiting your hometown may cause you to feel some combination of anxiety, dread, or any other feeling deemed unpleasant. This project is both for you and I alike. I did my best to strip these photographs of any and all context, allowing you to insert yourself into them as you please. Personally speaking, I hope that one day this is how I'll look back on this place. If proven unsuccessful, I hope that we may at least be able to return to this collection of photographs, our sanctuary. As we move through some of these pages, I mean, it's just really taking me back looking at these, but especially this spread right here. These are some photos I took on the waterfront in my hometown. I was so new to film. I truly didn't really know what I was doing on a lot of these. A lot of it was just guesswork and me using the Sunny 16 rule, but I mean, this photo in particular is just so nostalgic for me. I love the leading lines through the house or through the garage and out to the water. It just feels so, I mean, like I said, just nostalgic. And this one too, this one feels very like old time America, like very almost like mid-century to me in a lot of ways. I think a lot of it is just the American flag and like the slightly faded colors on this as well. Man, I haven't looked at these photos in a while, so it's just really taking me back. I want to point out this spread. This is probably my favorite spread in the entire book. This photo is the back cover of the book. This furniture photo is one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken. I mean, both of these are, but specifically this one because just of the way that like time affects photography. I mean, the sign was wearing out, the paint was chipping off. People really weren't going to this store, but you know, as time has gone by, even just a couple months after I took this photo, it closed. And so now it's surrounded by fences, it's becoming overgrown. At best, it is busy when there is a fruit truck selling like strawberries and raspberries during the summer, but I don't know, it's just, I feel like this really embodies the project for me in a lot of ways, because not only is it, you know, warm, it has the golden hour feel, but also it just captures the way that your hometown changes, even in ways that you don't anticipate. In this photo, I almost didn't even take. I didn't know that this photo was gonna be anything until I picked up the film from Ken's camera. I laid the negative on the light box and I was like, it was the first time I looked at a negative and I was like, whoa, I think this is gonna be a good photo. And I was showing it to him, and Brian from Ken's camera, he looked at the negative and he just kept hyping me up, saying, wow, Matt, this is a great negative. Like, it's dense, it has contrast, all these things. That was the most proud of a film photo that I'd taken in a long time, or for a long time, I should say. Just really didn't expect much of this photo, but it turned out so great and I'm so happy about it. There is this photo here on the right. This one is of Bob's Market in Delhi. I remember this was the first photo of the project that I ever posted online. And I remember, even though I did have some haters in my small town, I did get a lot of people that I went to high school with and stuff. They're like, oh my God, how did you get our town to look like this? I drive past that building every day and it never looks like that. That was just a generally cool experience. And this was, I believe, yeah, the first photo on this project that I think I took. And in getting this negative back, looking at it, I felt like I was onto something. And that's kind of what inspired me to keep going about this, because I didn't think of this as a project until maybe a month and a half in, and having maybe 2 or 3 rolls shot. You know, though this project wasn't planned from the start, it did end up coming together because of the way that I was feeling about a lot of these photos. And lastly, I just want to talk about this spread, because this is the last spread in the book. I feel like the only thing that really came after the fact for me when making this book was this concept of the day going by. And I really liked the idea of this book ending with the darkest photo in the collection. And so in here, having this sort of blue hour dim look, having it kind of amount to this just pure blackness, I feel like it really encapsulated the feeling of, like I said, the day going by, and also, you know, a time coming to a close. I'm very happy with this photo. I'm very happy with how this book turned out. I don't look at it very often. Usually by the time I put out a book, that's kind of the end of my time with it and the start of other people's time with the projects. And so it's fun being able to relive this with you guys. During the time that I was taking these photos, I was obsessed with Blonde by Frank Ocean. That album changed my life. It changed the way I perceive art. It changed so many things. And I listened to it on repeat all summer long for 3 summers. And this photo book, in a lot of ways, is incredibly inspired by that. A lot of the inspiration that I got from that album was very much looking back on your childhood, on your teenage years, and being nostalgic about it. But what's funny about this project and tying that in was I was still a teenager when I made this project. I was 19 years old. And so to be creating a book that has the intention of being nostalgic while still being in that time, while still also sort of experiencing nostalgia, is a really weird experience. And now that I'm more removed from that time, I truly cannot put into words how strange it feels. I feel like it has achieved a lot of the goals, and it has accomplished other things that I never intended as well. Like being able to document this town, even seeing how it's changed when I go back and revisit the town, it has taken on a whole new meaning that I didn't even anticipate. So that's a really cool aspect of this book, and another reason why I'm really happy and proud that I made it. And also, I just want to give a shout out to the girl from my hometown that when I was taking these photos and posting them on Twitter to my 50 followers, she was talking shit about me in the photos. I'll just overlay the tweet on here right now, because yes, it is still in the back of my mind. Screw you, girl. It is a goal of mine at some point to get a publisher, so I no longer have to self-publish all of my books. And I would love to do a re-release both of this photo book Sanctuary as well as my newest book, Convergence. There's just a lot of sacrifices that I had to make in order to make it cost effective, both for me and for the people that purchased. I want this to have a longer lifespan. I want to get this into more people's hands, and I would love to improve the print quality. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the project as well. It means a lot to me that anybody would go and check it out. I'm very happy that we're able to do this sort of thing because it's able to give this project a bigger lifespan. And so if you like this video format, let me know down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know if you'd like to see this for my newest book, because I think that could be fun.